Hello students, today you're going to take Cornell notes on the skeletal system part 2. Go ahead up and set up your notebooks with a Cornell note style, and then let's begin. And remember, my advice to you is if it's going too fast, pause it or rewind it. And then make sure you have a summary at the end and an advanced question. Because of time, we're not going to spend a lot of time learning all of the bones, all 206. We're not even going to spend time learning the majority of them. We're going to just focus on these major top bones here. So the skull is up here, of course, which is like where your head is. And then the mandible, or the jaw, is like the common name of it, is attached to it. And then the vertebrae, which is made up of the vertebral column, which is made up of vertebrae, commonly known as a spine, is right here. And then, of course, your ribs that protect your heart. Like I said, those are the major bones you should know. On the test, I'll probably just ask you to give me an example of a major bone or an example of a bone, and any of these four would be an okay answer. So go ahead and create a question for number 1. You can write things such as like, what is one major bone of the skeletal system? Or you can make your own. You can do the other questions, remember, based on like what you see and what notes you took. You don't have to draw this either. Alright, next point. The next point for today will be joints. Joints, the definition is where two or more parts of the skeleton are fitted together. So let's look at some common examples. Here's a very common one, the ball and socket joint. You notice that right here, this is called the socket. Let me use green here. This is where like it fits into, and then the ball's kind of like a joystick in a video game. The joystick part, when you move the little character, this would be like the joystick part, and then this is where it fits into. Ball socket joints are one of the common joints in our skeleton. Here's some other examples, like the hinge joint. So where your elbow and like your knee, looking over here, the elbow and knee would be a hinge joint. They kind of sit together and they rock left and right, or up, left and right. You have your pivot joint, like your neck. Your neck can move. Here's a joint, can move like in left and right directions to a certain degree, and that's a joint because that's where the two bones meet, and there's movement. And there's more, but for now, this is what you have to know. That is where two or more parts kind of fit together. Let's write down an example. You can write ball and socket joint. Alright, go ahead and come up with a question for number 2. The last one for today is ligaments. Ligaments are stretchy tissue that holds the bone together at the various joints. So let's look at a picture over here. Now, of course, remember, pay attention to what these notes are saying, because there's going to be in a future test. Just because it's digital doesn't mean you're not supposed to pay attention. So ligaments, looking at the picture here, are these little stretchy parts right here, and they kind of connect it, and they allow it to move one way or another. And if you stretch it too much, the ligament can tear, and then it'll be extremely painful, and you wouldn't be able to move your hand, or your knee, or any other of these joints. Right, go ahead and come up with a question for 3, and don't forget your 4-sentence summary and 1 advanced question. Okay? Have a good day.